Welcome back everybody to another exciting Game Thrifter video. I am the Game Thrifter and it is 2025, but don't let that fool you because we're talking about the Xbox 360. That's right, the Xbox 360 might be not officially alive, but it's still a great console to collect for. The Xbox 360 released by Microsoft way back in 2005. It was, of course, a groundbreaking home console that succeeded the original Xbox, and it was competing with the PlayStation 3, which would come out a year later, as well as the Nintendo Wii, which came out a year later as well. It offered a robust online gaming platform, Xbox Live, of course, a diverse game library, and multimedia capabilities. Known for its sleek design, powerful hardware, and innovative feature like the Kinect Motion Center that came out later, the Xbox 360 became a cultural staple in gaming, selling over 84 million units worldwide. Its game library included iconic titles like Halo 3, Gears of War, and Mass Effect. However, it did face some criticism for Red Ring of Death, which is why I always suggest picking up the newer consoles. So, we know that there's Xbox consoles that are released. There was the Xbox 360 Core and Arcade. Those came out in 2005. Those are kind of ones that you want to avoid. The 360 Premium Pro also came out in 2005. You kind of want to avoid that. The Elite came out in 2007. The Slim S came out June 14, 2010, which was a redesigned, slimmer model with a quieter operation, built-in Wi-Fi, 5 USB ports, dedicated Kinect port, and a glossy black finish. This was a $299 price point for the 250 gig, $199 for the 4 gig. And the Xbox 360e came out June 10th, 2013, final redesign with a minimalist look resembling the Xbox One. You can get 4 gig or the 250 gig storage options, focused on affordability as well. Now, the cool thing about Xbox 360 is it has some limited backwards compatibility with the original Xbox. However, you need an official Microsoft branded hard drive to be able to do that. So if you get one of the knockoffs, then you're not going to be able to do it. The life cycle spanned over a decade, with production ceasing in 2016. It revolutionized online gaming, introduced controllerless gaming, and laid the foundation for the Xbox One. And despite early hardware issues, its diverse game library and Xbox Live ecosystem made it a beloved console, and it even introduced Netflix. So yeah, that's cool. Let's go ahead and get into some awesome games. Now, these might not be the traditional Gears, Forza, Halo type games, but these are some awesome games on Xbox 360. Let's go! In keeping with a slightly unconventional list of games, Spider-Man Edge of Time, which was a 2011 action-adventure game developed by Beanox and published by Activision, and was really a cool game. It features time travel narrative with the actual co-creative of Spider-Man 2099. And again, the game actually begins in a dire scenario with Peter Parker being actually nearly killed by anti-venom. I don't want to give too much away because people hate it when I do that, but players alternate between controlling Peter Parker in the present and Miguel O'Hara in 2099, navigating different facilities, and the story unfolds through a kind of cause and effect gameplay mechanic where actions in one timeline, i.e. kind of destroying an object in the past, instantly impacts the other, altering the future. Spider-Man faces different villains. There's Anti-Venom, Black Cat, all kinds of different people as well. A little bit of linear third-person action adventure. It's got a lot of web swinging, wall clawing, and combat. You have your spider sense and all that kind of stuff. It's got some unique features as Peter focuses on strength and long-range attacks, while Miguel emphasizes speed with abilities like accelerated decoy. There's also alternate costumes, unlockable suits, including Future Foundation and Big Time, with some tied to Shattered Dimensions, save data, or pre-order bonuses, which are obviously no longer applicable. Again, really good job with this. In my opinion, I think it's an underrated game, a lot of fun, and if you have an Xbox 360, it might be a little bit more of an expensive game, but it's well worth it in my opinion, and has a lot of fun, looks good, holds up well, plays great. I just love this game. Next up is a game that I still enjoy playing through, and that is Peter Jackson's King Kong, the official game of the movie. This is a 2005 launch title, action-adventure game developed by Ubisoft and published by Ubisoft. And, you know, what was fun about this is it had such a better look to it on the 360. It was on other platforms as well, but it was based on the 2005 King Kong remake. It basically immerses players in a lush, perilous Skull Island, blending first-person shooter and third-person adventure elements. Nice cinematic presentation to it as well. I thought they really did a good job with this, and the story kind of closely mirrors the film, focusing on a player named Jack and his determination, Anne's bond with Kong, and the ape's misunderstood nature, culminating in a poignant retelling of the classic King Kong tragedy, as it were. There's dual perspectives. Jack's levels involve shooting, puzzle solving, and exploration. Limited weapons. There's a lot of immersion and things like that. Kong's level focus on melee combat, environmental interaction, and platforming with brutal finishers, fighting dinosaurs and things like that. There's no HUD, with health indicated by screen effects and ammo checked via character dialogue. The campaign is roughly 7 to 8 hours depending on how you want to play it. The Xbox 360 version leveraged the console's hardware for improved graphics, really detailed environments, creature animations, lighting, and things like that. They really did a good job with it. I enjoyed the game. I think it's probably a little bit more of one of the expensive games, but for collectors, this was one that I highly recommend. It might not look like snazzy by today's standard, but it's 20 years old. It's still a fun game to play though. If you guys enjoy this video, please take a moment to consider liking the video and maybe even subscribing, as it actively helps out my channel and helps the videos to be seen. I love doing retro video game content for you guys, and it really helps out. So subscribing to my channel is way better than tying an onion to your belt, which, you know, was the style at the time.
So I tied an onion to my belt, which was the style at the time.
Next up is a cool game called 99 Nights, which came out in 2006. It's a fantasy hack and slash action game, which came out exclusively for the Xbox 360. You know, this is a game that kind of really draws inspiration from Dynasty Warriors and Kingdom Under Fire series. It has massive battles with hundreds of enemies on screen simultaneously, which is phenomenal when you think that this game came out like almost 20 years ago. Released in April of 2006, or actually August in North America. It actually emphasizes large-scale combat, a dark fantasy narrative, and multiple character perspective. Really cool. Set in a high fantasy world, you control 7 unique characters, each with distinct storylines that overlap to provide different perspectives of the war going on. Players face hundreds of weak enemies per level, mowing them down with combo attacks and using X and Y. You have dashes and jumps. There's an orb system as well. There's characters and progression, which really help out tremendously. Levels consist of small battles, kind of interspersed with cutscenes. They last about 30 to 40 minutes each. Performance is graded with letter ranks, which is pretty useful. And there's challenges like bosses. It's really cool. They have massive health and they deal high damage. So it takes some time to kind of master this game, but it's still a fun game. And I believe this game is still tied to the Xbox 360. Underrated franchise. There's a sequel as well, but this one is really, really good and highly recommended. So The Witcher 2 Assassins of King released in 2011. It's an action role-playing game developed by CD Projekt Red, published by Namco Bandai, and it released for the Xbox 360. Console exclusive, by the way. I mean, it did release on PC, but I guess later it might have released on some other platforms. But you know, this was a very fun game, especially for the Xbox 360, and it was awesome. The 360 got an enhanced edition as well. Set in the Northern Kingdoms, The Witcher 2 follows Geralt of Rivera, a Witcher with enhanced abilities. I'm sure a lot of you guys know about this, but the cool thing about this, the gameplay has real-time combat, skill-based combat blends swordplay and magics with different signs and things like that. It has alchemy, which is like crafting potions and bombs. You kind of have to strategize using parries, dodges, traps, especially on higher difficulties. The 360 version optimized controls for controllers, improving accessibilities over the PC's mouse-heavy system. It has a lot of deep RPG character progression with skill trees as well. You have choices and consequences, branch and quests, and dialogue choices that actually alter the story itself, with decisions carrying over different acts. There's side quests investigating curses, battling monsters. It's really narrative rich and driven. The Xbox 360 version includes all PC patches, new quests, and cinematics, which add over 4 hours of gameplay. It's got really stunning visuals for an Xbox 360 game. Fantastic game, highly rated as well. I actually like this game over Witcher 3. I know people are going to call me crazy, but I like a little bit of the more linear story. Awesome game, and this is backwards compatible on the Xbox Series X and looks fantastic. One of my favorite 360 games personally is Viva Piñata. This game came out in 2006. It's a life simulation game developed by Rare, which was exclusively released on the 360 in November of 2006. It has colorful visuals, strategic gardening, light management, sim elements appealing to kind of casual and dedicated players. It's actually created by the team behind Banjo-Kazooie, so it offers a whimsical yet surprisingly deep experience set in a vibrant world where players cultivate a garden to attract and manage candy-filled piñata creatures. And yeah, it's as fun as it sounds zany. Praised for its charm and creativity, it was pretty much a standout title in the early 360 lineup. So yeah, it's basically you're cast as a gardener tasked with transforming a barren plot of land into a thriving ecosystem to attract piñatas, which are living candy-filled creatures resembling animals like worms, birds, and bears. It's kind of a story that's pretty light and tutorial-driven, but it's a lot of fun. It's a gardening sim. You cultivate the garden with a shovel, watering cans, seeds, and things like that to try to attract them by meeting environmental conditions, and you make them residents by fulfilling different tasks. There's different challenges. There could be predator-prey dynamics to fend off the sour as well, which are like the evil ones, and repair smash piñatas. There's customizations as well. Local co-op lets a second player help out as well. The Xbox 360 leveraged the console's hardware for vibrant, colorful visuals, and it really had a smooth interface. Achievements are kind of tied to attracting rare piñatas as well. And, let's just be honest, man, this game's a lot of fun. It's unique, and it's a definite reason to kind of own a 360 and play it on the 360 as well. So much fun. Absolutely had to put a racing game on here, and why not go with Blur, which is a 2010 arcade-style racing game with vehicular combat, made by Bizarre Creations, actually published by Activision. Man, Activision used to do a lot of really good games. This released in 2010. It blends realistic cars and real-world inspired tracks with Mario Kart-style power-ups, creating a high-octane, chaotic racing experience. This is actually kind of a spiritual successor to Bizarre Creations' Project Gotham Racing series. Blur emphasizes the vehicular combat and social integration, though it struggled kind of selling anything commercially. It was still a fun game, They were closed in 2011, despite the fact that, they were such a good developer. They have a single-player career mode. You assume the role of an up-and-coming racer in an underground street racing scene, aiming to climb the ranks, defeating 9 rival racers in one-on-one showdowns. Now, the story itself unfolds across 9 tiers of events set in 14 real-world inspired locations, including places like Los Angeles, Tokyo, Barcelona, and, as well as others. The narrative is pretty light and presented through kind of a fictional social network where rivals taunt, mentor, or challenge each other. The gameplay arcade style with over 50 licensed cars, each with unique stats for speed, grip, and durability. You can carry 3 power-ups, switching or discarding them tactically. There's progression as well, visuals and sound. It's got really vibrant tracks with detailed environments. The Xbox 360 version runs at 720p. And like I said, this is just a really good game in general, fun, something a little bit different, mixing realistic racing with like Mario Kart powers, so highly recommended. So one of the cooler games that came out that was actually a launch title, Kameo Elements of Power. I've mentioned this game before. One of my favorite games. Came out in 2005 as a launch game, action adventure developed by Rare. Planned for the Nintendo GameCube and Xbox at one point, the original Xbox. It was kind of then put in redevelopment for the Xbox 360 to release with the launch of that. The game combines platforming, puzzle solving, and combat with a unique transformation mechanic, allowing players to morph into like elemental creatures. There's different ones. It's got incredible, vibrant visuals, innovative gameplay. This is clearly a standout title from the launch of the Xbox 360. I thought it was just phenomenal. I love this game, and it's backwards compatible, so you can play it at an increased, I believe, resolution, maybe even frame rate on the Series X. It's set in a fantastical world. Kameo follows Kameo, a young elf princess with the ability to transform into different elemental warriors. There's a transformation mechanic with 10 different warriors unlocked progressively throughout the game. Exploration and combat, open hub worlds encourage exploration. Puzzle and platformer, really cool. It's got some Xbox 360 features like 720p with good textures, dynamic lighting, very good score as well. And just probably one of my favorite games on 360 that doesn't get enough play, but I absolutely love this game. It's fantastic. Give it a try. It's cheap. It's backwards compatible. There's no reason not to play this game. Next up is a game that came out right towards the end of the 360 life cycle, and that is Rise of the Tomb Raider, which is probably a bit surprising to many of you. Reason being is this game came out in 2015, which was when the Xbox One was already out a year and a half. So developed by Crystal Dynamics, published by Square Enix. This actually was platform exclusive to Xbox consoles at first for a year. It never came out on PS3. Released November 10th, 2015 as a timed Xbox exclusive, the 11th mainline in the entry in Tomb Raider series, and this is the second in the rebooted trilogy following 2013's Tomb Raider, as the game follows Lara Croft as she evolves from survivor to seasoned adventurer. Set 1 year after the events of the Tomb Raider reboot, you follow 23-year-old Lara as she's haunted by her past experiences. Now, listen, I like this game. If you have a newer console, yeah, play it on that because it's been remastered and stuff on newer consoles. But if you have a 360 or you're looking to collect, this is actually a cool one to collect for. It's got an open hub area. Combat is third-person action with stealth and direct combat options. You can have bows, rifles, shotguns, crafted tools like Molotov cocktails. You can upgrade your skills through the trees. There's puzzles. There's crafting and survival. This port was actually handled by Nixxes Software, which retains the core gameplay but uses downgraded visuals to run on the 360. It includes all the modes and everything as well. So absolutely phenomenal game, even on the Xbox 360. If you've never played it, give it a try. It's awesome. Changing things up slightly, we're going to go with Lost Odyssey. Yeah, this is a 2008 Japanese role-playing game developed by Mistwalker, published by Microsoft exclusively for the Xbox 360, which came out, like I said, in 2008 in North America. It was actually directed by Mr. Sakaguchi, who created Final Fantasy. So, I mean, that's really cool. Set in a fantasy world undergoing a magical industrial revolution, Lost Odyssey is following a immortal warrior who has lived for 1,000 years, haunted by fragmented memories and endless loss. Now, the cool thing about this game is it's on like 4 discs, but you can get it cheap digitally as well. It's backwards compatible on the Xbox Series X and Xbox One. It has turn-based combat with classic JRPG battles with a party of up to 5 characters. It's got a skill system. Immortals learn skills from mortal allies and accessories, allowing customization, exploration. It's got a linear hub with cities, dungeons, some light puzzles, dream sequences. Over 30 unlockable dreams provide text-based stories of your past, adding a narrative depth. It's got some really nice cutscenes and real-time graphics as well. A fun game, a very underappreciated game in my opinion, but if you like classic JRPGs, then I 100% recommend this game. It's phenomenal. So, next up I had a little bit of trouble picking this one, but I went with Transformers Fall of Cybertron. This is a 2012 third-person shooter action-adventure game developed by High Moon Studios and, of course, published by Activision, released back in August of 2012. It was actually a sequel to Transformers War for Cybertron, which was a really, really good game, and in and of itself, it was hard picking between the two. Set during the waning days of the Cybertronian War, Fall of Cybertron follows the Autobots led by Optimus Prime, of course, as they make a desperate bid to evacuate their dying planet aboard the Ark. Really, really fun game. It has Some awesome stuff in there. Transformation mechanics. You control Transformers who seamlessly switch between robot and vehicle. Obviously, each character has unique ability, like Optimus has leadership buffs, Cliff Jumper has cloaking, Grimlock has melee-focused dinosaur attacks, third-person shooting mixed with ranged weapons. Think Gears of War, but Transformers. Yeah. There used to be multiplayer, which was pretty cool as well. The soundtrack is awesome. It's got great voice acting as well. Just a fun game. You can finish it 9, 10 hours, 11 hours, something like that. Very standout title in a game that I believe is worthy of owning an Xbox 360 for. Now, they did eventually, I believe, port these games digitally to newer platforms, but it's still great on the 360, and I always recommend it because it's awesome. Next up is a Xbox 360 console exclusive, and make sure I point that out. Ninja Blade 2010 action-adventure hack-and-slash game developed by From Software. Yes, that From Software, and published by Microsoft Studios. Released in January of 2009 in Japan and April in 2009 in North America. The game delivers a cinematic, fast-paced experience inspired by ninja-themed media and From Software's earlier works like Otage, which is a really good game, by the way. Set in modern-day Tokyo, it combines intense melee combat with quick-time events and acrobatic platforming, and you know, it's really got some comparisons to like Ninja Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden! Hey!
Now, the story itself leans heavily on cinematic flair with some dramatic cutscenes and QTE-driven boss fights against massive infected beasts like a spider tank and a big lava-infected worm. You know, there's a lot of different themes like duty, sacrifice, redemption throughout it as well. Fast-paced hack and slash with 3 swappable weapons. You have a katana blade, a heavy blade, a dual swords as well, each with unique combos. There's quick time events, which some people like, some people don't. I think it works pretty well here. You know, there's wall running, grappling, aerial dashes across Tokyo's urban and ruined environments. Levels mix kind of combat and scripted set pieces. There's upgrades and customizations as well. And very much a cool game. I know it's like, you know, one of those games that's cool before From Software was known as being cool. So I always recommend this game. Like I said, console exclusive as well, so you don't really get that too often on the 360. Well worth the price of admission. Next up, a really cool game called Alice Madness Returns. This is a 2011 action-adventure platformer with psychological horror elements in there as well. Actually published by Electronic Arts. It came out on 360, PS3 as well as far as consoles. And, you know, really cool game, interesting game. It actually follows Alice Liddell as she navigates a twisted, nightmarish version of Wonderland. Listen, I always thought Wonderland was twisted regardless. To confront her trauma, known for its dark, gothic aesthetic, very imaginative level design and deep narrative. The game blends hack and slash combat with platforming and puzzles. You know, combat is third-person hack and slash. There's different blades and cannons and range, different things you can use as well. Platform and exploration, art and level design is exceptional. Realistically, this is one of those kind of strange yet different games, but I don't know anybody that's played this game that didn't like this game. You know, it's honestly just that good of a game, and a lot of fun for everybody if you're realistically into video games, especially like third-person video games. Really cool, and I think it runs pretty well on Xbox, and I believe it might even be backwards compatible, so keep that in mind as well. And so there you have it. You know, this list is getting a little long and the video is getting a little long, so I kind of wanted to cut it off there. Yeah, it's easy to, you know, look at stuff like Fable 2, the Gears franchise, Forza Motorsport, Forza Horizon, Halo, of course, for Xbox 360. As you see here, all great games, you know, all reasons to own an Xbox. But I just kind of wanted to do a little video that was somewhat different, you know, and listen, I understand there's going to be always different kind of opinions and things like that, but I try to just, you know, have kind of a fair kind of take with everything. You know, if you don't agree with my list, that's fine. If you do, great. If you found some stuff you liked about it, awesome. That's what's great about video games is we all are here. We're all gamers. We're all just trying to kind of make our way and have some fun. So make sure you guys have fun. Game on. Everything's coming up. Gaming. I'll catch you next time.
Everything's coming up, Millhouse.